Welcome back to another episode of All or Nothing in Real Estate. Your host, Matt Smith, the founder of All or Nothing in Real Estate, coming at you live. Well, when you're listening, it's not live, but I'm coming at you from John Cheplack's ranch, KFR at the farm event, masterminding, learning so much from some of the industry greats, so I can bring you guys some more information. So that being said, this is an introduction to the podcast you're going to listen to today, and it is a very timely message. There's a lot of team leaders that I talk to, and there's a lot of team leaders that are struggling right now. And that may be you, maybe not, but a lot of people are stuck in what I call the messy middle. They're in production, they're the top producer on the team, or still producing and trying to transition to leader. And it's such a hard transition for people to make. And so I actually just kind of broke down how to escape the messy middle. And I did that on a Facebook Live, and it had such great feedback that I wanted to share it with you guys through the podcast and help you break free from the messy middle. So hope you enjoy, and as always, thank you guys for all your support. And if you want to escape the messy middle, you want to create freedom in your life, this is the blueprint.
Team leaders, let's be real. You are grinding harder than ever. You're wearing all the hats, and you're still ending each month wondering, where did all the money go? Well, you're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just stuck in what I call the messy middle. You're overwhelmed. You're underpaid. You're carrying the weight of all of it on your shoulders, and you're ready for a breakthrough. In this live, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps to flip the switch, the exact steps to make a change, to go from chaos to clarity, to go from burnout to productivity, from being the top producing agent in your business to becoming the leader of a profitable, sustainable, scalable real estate team. If you're ready to take your power back and step into the role that you were meant for, stay with me. This live is for you. Let's get to work. All right. I'm going to hit you with some hard truths here. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're watching this and you're a team leader, you're probably working your ass off right now. You're probably working harder than ever. You're on appointments with buyers. You're on appointments with sellers every single day. You're chasing agents who sometimes it feels like they're just not doing the work. Feels like they can't get that consistent productivity, and you feel like you're chasing your agents all day, every day. You're stuck between, do I go on a listing appointment? Do I prospect for new buyers? I got these showings tonight. How do I train my agents? By the way, when am I going to recruit people? And you're doing all of that in a business you're not even excited about anymore. And despite all that, you're still somehow broke. A lot of team leaders right now I'm talking to are even losing money, despite working harder than ever. They're wondering, where did my money go? Wondering, why am I the one doing everything? I'm in meetings all day, but nothing seems to move forward. I'm pouring into my people, but it feels like no one's pouring back. And it's really hard to pour from an empty cup. You built a team, and now you feel more stuck than when you were a solo agent. Here's the reality. Here's the truth. That's not leadership. That is living a life of chaos. I'll be honest, I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not Willy Wonka. I'm going to give you the truth because I think that's what you deserve. The truth is, all of these problems, you trained your business to treat you that way. You trained your business to run the exact way that it is running today. Let me say that a different way. Bad news is, all of these problems, they're your fault. The good news is, all of these problems are your fault, which also means you are the solution, which also means you are the one that can fix it. You can train your business to run differently. But first, you've got to stop pretending. Oh, it's not that bad. This is just a season. This isn't a rough patch. This is a problem. This is a system problem. This is a leadership problem. This is a profitability problem. And the only thing that's going to change this problem is when you change. So if that hits you hard, good. It's supposed to. I hope this is a wake-up call that you need. Look, I've been there. I've lived this. I was way overweight. I was drinking every night. I was unproductive. I was unhappy. I lost my drive. I lost my passion. I've been there. I remember what it feels like. And once you get through it, life is so much better. And I want that for you. So I've been there. I've lived it. I made it to the other side. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it and exactly how you can too. First, let's start with the 5 layers of the messy middle. Really quickly, 5 layers. Number 1, am I a team leader or am I a top producer? We're split. Which one do we do? Some of us got to do both. How do you do both? It's really important you understand they're 2 different skill sets. You got to separate them. You may have to do both for a season. You asked for more. God's calling you higher. Time for you to do more. Step up. But you can't say I'm a top producer so I can't lead. You signed up to be a leader. That has to be part of what you do. Number 2, people and culture issues. You've got agents. They're not in alignment with your values, not in alignment with your culture. They drain your energy instead of give you energy. They don't have any consistent activity to actually follow the proven process that you've laid out for them. That's a problem. Number 3, this is a good one. Operational disorganization. Most of you, I say this because I care, most of you don't even have systems. I would say broken systems, but more likely it's non-existent systems and processes. And when you don't have systems and processes, the default is chaos. So that chaos that's in your business is because of lack of systems, and I'll help you with that. Number 4, profit. What's profit? Most team leaders are running around asking, what's profit? How do I get profit in my business? We'll help you with that. And number 5, burnout. You lost the passion and the fire of why you started to begin with. And you feel like you're working harder than ever. There's no end in sight. And you're wondering, should I just quit my job and go work at McDonald's? I've been there. I've been there, and I will help you through it. All right, I'm going to get tactical now that we've kind of understood what the layers of the messy middle are. I'm going to give you what I call the breakthrough blueprint. I think it's important that you have a mental breakthrough and you have clarity on what you want to break through and what you want to build. And then I'll give you the 7 steps, the exact path to get out of the messy middle. So number 1, get clear on what you actually want. Clarity. Crystal clear. Stop being so vague with your goals, with your dreams. Get clarity. Why did you start a team? What do you want to accomplish with your team? What do you want your average agent to look like? What does your day-to-day life look like? What vacations do you want to go on? What house do you want to live in? You see, I believe business, the purpose of business is to fund a great life. Work-life balance doesn't exist, especially if you're a team leader. It's all one life. Just live it. What do you want? I've been in so many rooms with so many high achievers. The last event I was at, Ed Milet was the keynote speaker. I'm constantly putting myself in rooms with people that are doing way more than me. What I've realized, especially in real estate, we all try to play by rules that don't exist. We all try to follow a path, and we think there's only one way to do this. You got to do it this specific way. But what I've realized, everyone does it differently, and it works differently for everyone. Stop playing by rules that don't exist. Get clear on what you want to build, and then find someone in alignment that has cleared a path for you. Partner with them, hire them, pay them, learn from them, so that you can follow those footsteps and you can build whatever it is that's in your mind, because it's possible. Number 2, this one's gonna hurt. Do a brutally honest audit on your business. You need to go and audit your systems. What systems do I have? What systems do I need? What systems did I overcomplicate? Number 2, team. Who is your agent avatar? What do they look like? What do they act like? How do they contribute? What does their activity look like? What kind of culture do you want? And what kind of people do you need? Really important you audit this. You can't build anything great without great people. Number 3, time. This is the most valuable asset you have. You can always make more money. You can never get more time. Are you treating your time that way? Are you protecting your time on a daily basis? Go back and audit the time that you were spending. Go back and audit, just like you budget your money. If we all agree that time is more valuable than money, which most high producers do, why do we budget for our money but not for our time? Go back and look at your calendar. Your calendar tells me what your priorities are. And go back and reflect and audit that. And moving forward, what are the most important things for you to move the needle forward? And put that on your calendar first. Make sure it gets done. Your calendar can be your accountability partner. Number 4 is money. You need to know how to run a P&L. You know how to run a business. You got to be profitable. It is irresponsible of you to not be profitable for everyone that partnered with you to join your team. Their family is counting on you to provide a workspace for them to live their dreams. You got to be profitable. Stop hiding from profit. Lean into it. Number 3, restructuring. I think most people do this wrong. They look around the room, they say, all right, here's the people that I have. I've done this. Here's the people that I have. What seat can I put them in? I love my team, but I got to protect the integrity of the business first. So you got to actually build an accountability chart of spaces before faces, 6 to 12 months in advance, of what are the seats that you need to fill to get to the vision you have in your head, and what are the accountabilities of that position. Build the position first, and now find the people to fit in. And hopefully the people that you have are a great fit for those positions. Spaces before faces. Number 4, you don't need more leads. You need to convert the leads you have at a higher level. If you're watching this and you're stuck in the messy middle, you do not need more leads. More leads are going to add to your problems, not solve them. You need to learn how to convert your leads at a higher level than you already are. You need to learn how to teach your agents how to convert leads at a higher level. You don't need more leads. You need to call less leads more. You need to dial in your lead conversion process. Number 5, without a system, the default is chaos. Without a system, the default is chaos. I have a rule. If I've said it 3 times, I create a system. Not some big, complicated, big workbook on one document. The checklist. When we answer the phone, here's what we say. When a lead comes in, here's what we do. When we set an appointment, here's what we do. And if you don't have it, build it as you're driving the car. Sometimes you gotta build the plane while you're flying. Quit overcomplicating it and build systems. Number 6, step fully into leadership. You're no longer in the transaction business, you're in the human business. So now I'm gonna go, now that we realize where we're at, how do we get out of it? I built 7 steps, the exact path out of the messy middle. That I walked, I trained my coaching clients to walk, the exact steps that you take. Number 1, and these are in priority order. Number 1, leadership. Leadership is the lid, always and forever. Your company, your team, your agents will never outgrow you as a leader. So if you're stuck right now, the first place you need to look is in the mirror. Where am I showing up in the things that I wish were better in my organization? And as soon as you accept that, the sooner you can change it. You're no longer in the transaction business. You are now in the human business. Human development, human resource, human attraction, human retention business. It's a whole different skill set. You got to learn it. You got to learn the language of leadership. Step 1, before you do anything else. Many people get leadership wrong. They think leadership is sending back barking orders at people. Here's what I believe in leadership principle. I believe there's only one way to lead properly. So we've heard of servant leadership. We've heard of leading by example, right? But I believe both of those are good, but I believe they are not the way to lead. There's gaps in both of those styles. So what I've done is combine both of them. Servant leadership by example is the only way to lead. You got to lead from the front. Your people don't work for you, you work for them. Are you asking them to do things you haven't done yourself or aren't doing alongside them? No wonder they're not doing it. You got to be the example as the leader. You're either the example or the warning. The example of what they want to become or the warning of like, oh, I hope I'm not like that guy. Hope I'm not like that girl. Which one are you? You got to be the example. If you got into leadership to sit back, bark orders, and sip umbrella drinks on the beach, you're in the wrong business. How's that for truth? Leadership is a responsibility and a privilege. You better treat it that way. Number 2, culture. Once you get your leadership dialed in, it's a priority for you. You got to get your culture in place. I believe culture is key. Culture is king. Culture's got to come first. If you don't have a great culture, you can have the best systems, you can have the best leads, you can have the best agents. It's going to fall apart. Are you treating your culture that way? You need to make sure you put culture first. You need to have a clear set of values. You need to hire, you need to fire, you need to train, you need to reward, you need to reprimand, all around your values. Culture first. Culture is a living, breathing thing. It is getting better or worse every single day. Too many people are in protective mode of their culture. You can't protect your culture, because you protect your culture, it can't get better. And that means if it's not getting better, it's getting worse. It's a living, breathing thing. It's getting better or worse every single day. And team leaders, newsflash. It is no longer your culture. It is the team's culture. Do they know that? Do they feel it? Do they understand the values at the level they need to? Do they understand the responsibility they have to make the culture better every single day? That's where the growth is. Number 3, recruiting. I got a funny story here. I remember the first Cheplack event I went to. John Cheplack was on stage and he said, "Recruiting solves all problems." I looked around, I'm like, this guy, what in the hell is he trying to sell me with that bullshit? Right? Like, that's just honestly what I thought. Thank God I hung around a little longer, because I realized he was right. I've yet to find a problem in my business or in any other team leader's business that I know or coach that recruiting does not solve. You better treat your recruiting like a business, because it is one. All right, number 4. Sorry, John, by the way. You were right. Number 4 is standards. So many people have goals, and you should have goals. You should dream big. My favorite book, one of my favorite books, it's not my favorite, one of my favorite books is The Magic of Thinking Big. You should read it. You should have big goals, big dreams, big desires. But your goal is the ceiling, and we hate hitting our heads on the ceiling, so we reach way up here for a big goal, which is awesome, and you should. But you also need to develop a standard. A standard is the floor, a no less than. And leaders, for you, you better hold the line. The standard is the standard is the standard, period. Not less than. Hold the line. Standards on lead gen. Standards on culture. Standards on activity. Standards on production. Not it would be nice if. This is what's required. And then you can go back to leadership. Then you can lead based upon principles and standards versus personality and emotion. That's most of your problems. You're leading on emotion and you're leading on personality, not principles and standards. Number 5, accountability. You need a culture and an environment that embraces accountability. Champions run towards accountability. Cowards, I almost corrected myself, but I'll say it. Cowards run away from accountability. So do average people. So maybe you're not a coward, but maybe you're average. Champions run towards accountability. They want more of it in their life. They can't get enough of it because they always want to be better. You need an environment that embraces accountability. And if your agents run away from accountability instead of pointing the finger, let's look in the mirror first. Have we held them accountable in the wrong way? Have we condemned them or judged them? Or maybe, because we have big hearts, we wanted more for them than they wanted for themselves. I believe accountability is the highest form of love you can show an individual. So it's important. But it's important you do it the right way. Accountability is observing or noticing without judgment. You help them get where they want for them, not for you. And then you were just doing your job, riding alongside as their business partner to help them accomplish and hold them accountable to what they said they wanted for their life and their family. When you do that, it changes the game. Number 6, and again, these are in order, is systems. Why is it number 6? If you think this should be number 1 or number 2, this is exactly why you're stuck. Systems will not replace poor leadership. Systems will not replace lack of recruiting. Systems will not replace a bad culture. The reality is you can get these other top 5 dialed and not have any systems, and you will dominate the person who has the best systems in the world if they don't have the other 5. These are in priority order. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You're trying to solve the wrong problem. Leadership, culture, recruiting, standards come first. Accountability come first. Then you dial your systems. And I'll give you a list of systems you need. You guys ready? Let's take notes here. I'll give you a long list of systems you need. You need an IDX website. You need a CRM. And that's it. Quit overcomplicating your business. Until you have those perfected and these other things perfected, the other systems are just going to add complications to your business. The best business owners simplify to amplify. Scale brings complexity by itself. Quit making your systems complicated. Simplify, simplify, simplify. But you do need systems. Number 7, profitability. It is your responsibility to run a profitable company for your family, yourself, and those that you are leading. If you don't run your business that way and you shy away from profitability, there's a couple problems that I've witnessed. Number 1, you're held hostage by your agents because they don't think that you bring enough value that it's okay for you to make money. Go back to leadership, go back to culture. The best leaders on the planet, you know what they do? They talk about profitability open. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Because they know it's their responsibility to run a profitable company so that the families they support with their business have a place they can go to and trust. Those are the 7 steps, guys. That is the 7 steps that will get you out of the messy middle. You know, I actually, when we did this webinar, I built this framework. And I built this framework designed to help people get unstuck from the messy middle, to help you get out of the messy middle. And I really took it serious that so many people, we had over 1,300 people registered. 1,300 people visit our landing page to learn about how to escape the messy middle, so you're not alone. But what I realized after doing the webinar, so many of you had great questions, so many of you struggle with this part of the business, that you reached out with more questions and you were way more curious, and there's so many other great stories that I heard and so many honestly kind of sad stories that I heard of people that are struggling with this. So I'm grabbing a link right now and I'm putting it in the comments of a download, a free download. It's in the comments. Click the link there. A free download of 14 pages that I put together that will be the exact blueprint to escape the messy middle. I spent over 8 hours building this for you guys. I'm giving it to you for free. If you're stuck here, I want to help you. This is the thing that you need to get out of the path. This is it. It's in the downloads. It's right there in the comments. You can also go to the domain allornothinginrealestate.com/messy-middle. And it'll get you the free download. Seriously, guys, it's so important. That is the playbook. I would have paid tens of thousands of dollars for that 5 years ago. So much in there. Make sure you get you a copy. All right, I want to recap. Guys, I know you're stuck. I hear it from the team leaders all day, every day. So the reality is I'm doing this because you're not alone. You don't have to go at this alone. So many people are in the same path. This guide will help you get unstuck. I will help you get unstuck. This is the exact path that I walked. I take my coaching clients through to get out of the messy middle that you're in right now. So I want to encourage you, just take the next step. Get out of overwhelm. Take the next step. I want to wrap this up by saying you have something on your heart. You had a dream. You had a vision of why you started this team. Something you wanted to accomplish for yourself. Something you wanted to accomplish for your family. Maybe it's that vacation you wanted to go on. Maybe it's that house on the beach that you've always wanted to buy. Maybe it's the financial freedom that you desire that you never had when you were a kid. Maybe it's the service of others so you can help them gain financial and time freedom for their lives. You had something on your heart that helped you get started here. I want you to go back to those days and repaint that picture. What would your life look like if you followed a proven process and proven steps to get that life and that picture that you painted when you first started? It's possible. You just got to take the next step. I want to encourage you, get out of overwhelm. Just do the next right thing right. You can get out of this. I believe in you. Hope this was helpful, guys. If I can ever be a resource, I'm here for you. Have an amazing day.